Starting.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of reacquaint.
I think it's live.
I don't see it live yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Okay, there it goes. I need to mute my other side. Okay, looks like we're live. Yep. We're live. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, everybody from around the world. BitcoinZ special announcement today. Thanks for joining up. With us right now, it's myself, CryptoRex, Renewsit, Rizman, and TxtZ. And we're gonna go over a brief kind of overview of the project since we have a lot of new people that have joined us. So we're going to just kind of, go through what the project's about, our fundamentals, and then we're gonna go through with our special announcement. So is sound check? Everything's good. Everyone can see the presentation. Chat. Okay, so it looks like no one's complaining. All right, with that, we can go ahead and get started. So BitcoinZ is a pure coin. In that sense, it's the cleanest coin that I can think of anyway. Really, it's no pre-mine, no ICO, no developers fund, no founders reward, no chain fork. So we didn't really hand anybody any money when the project was launched. As a matter of fact, it was launched by an anonymous person, and community just kind of jumped on it, and that's what we're about. These are our principles. These are our fundamentals. And this is just a little overview. We're going to start with this to kind of get people acquainted with the project. We try very hard to stick to that, and there's no reason why we can't. There's been a lot of different things that have come up that have kind of put this to the test and felt a lot of pressure. But we have a very, very strong foundation and a great community, and we're able to stay strong to our fundamentals. We can go ahead and moving on. BitcoinZ, as we know, we spread decentralization, the word of decentralized about. We just do it all the time. That's one of the things we're very proud of. GPU mining, hope to keep ASICs off. That's just how it works. That's just part of our vision. 100% community driven, and there's really no person or no company making these decisions. I want to go back to the word decentralization because I want people to realize how this has really shown to be not a difficult task, but a very involved task. Decentralization is very hard, and we've done a great job to make sure that no person or infrastructure is in one place. So that's what we mean about decentralization, and we also make sure that we have trust involved in the community. So people that are that have access to BitcoinZ community infrastructure and communication channels are trusted. So that's part of decentralization, and we've come a long way since September the 9th. So and I want to mention also the community has done a great job at just coming together. It's amazing. We've exploded in eminence in the crypto sphere. Our Twitter is crazy. Everything, our social media is great. So we can't stop that. I don't want to lose sight that it's not one person or a group of people doing all this. It's everybody together. So it's good to be here. We've come a long way. I don't see any questions yet. Okay. Community supported. We have our BTCZ.me donate. It's 100% community funded. I want to mention also that yes, this is a great team, Samir. Thank you. I want to mention that there's been some questions that have come up about the community fund and what you do with it, what we do with it. Well, honestly, there's a lot of things that happen that that we can allocate for, but everything's proposal driven. So we don't just spend the money like the way we feel like it. There's got to be a proposal, and there's got to be something tied to it, something laid out. Another thing is that we hold funds also because we want to maintain our buying power for the community. In other words, when it comes time, we want it to be worth a certain amount so that we can do more spending. But that just means that we'll be able to extend our our use of it so that we can grow the community even faster. So that's just a little bit of how the donation fund works and what we have in mind about that. We don't just blow it and it's gone. That's just not how it works here. So it's all proposal driven. We can go back to okay. Before I go to this coin bean, I want to go to a quick announcement that we have from Samir for the Twitter that he had gone over to Twitter and had posted that there would be a winner for the I think it was a Telegram when we reached 2,000 followers. He would give a 2,000 coins, I believe, BTCZ. And correct me if I'm wrong there, Samir, about that. But I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this Twitter here of the winner in the BitcoinZ community chat.
Congratulations.
So that's the winner of the 2,000 BTCZ. I think Samir can let's push that through and get that taken care of. And with that, does anyone else have anything right now that's on the line, on live?
I think you've hit much of the overview on the head.
Okay.
So it's I think we're good.
Okay.
Everybody else following? Probably have a lot of the veterans on the line right now, but for you new guys, welcome. Hope that you're getting a quick synopsis of what we're about and moving forward, where we're going with things. So yeah.
Okay. We can go with the coin. Okay. So this is happening tomorrow. I want to clarify one thing. The communication that was sent to us was that there's going to be a USDT pair first, and then that's going to carry over, I think, within 14 days or 14 days. I'm not sure exactly the date, not to overcommit, but then a BTC pair would come shortly after in those days. So that's how that's going to work. It's an exciting, it's a very, very exciting move. It was enabled by our investors, and there's some people working really hard behind the scenes. ChanceFX and Enver worked pretty hard in getting those things going and communicating with investors. So it's a very, very big congratulations to everybody involved, to the community, and moving forward, we're just going to keep moving forward, and just everyone's going to keep working, and that's how that goes. We don't we announce it when it gets announced, kind of thing. So that's just how exchanges work right now. We can move on to the. We've been pushing e-commerce plugins, which is part of our roadmap, and we're moving. We've moved pretty quickly. WooCommerce, CubeCart, and IP Board, and now Magento. Kovac has created. I think it was last week. So all those links to get there are either on the info board or on our AN. You can find all the links to all that, and we'll go ahead and add them to the description in this video, so you can kind of relate back to that. But this is part of our roadmap. This is great. This allows integration into stores, and this is just another thing to adoption, because we're about mass adoption. I want you all to know that. Yes, thank you, Dragoslav. He's on in the YouTube chat. That's really awesome. There's a big move for that. I want to mention also we have a Shopify a Shopify bounty. You can get that information on the info board. And there's a in the forums as well, forum.btcz.rocks, and there's a bounty out. I think it's up to 76,000 BTCZ at the moment. Mm-hmm. So feel free to jump in on that and get that, win that bounty if you want. I'm going to go ahead and post that in the YouTube chat here.
And this is for news that if anybody, I do have a few ideas on how you can do the Shopify integration. If anybody wants to know, you can feel free to message me on Discord, and I can, we can talk about it or whatever.
Yep, sounds good. Renews it.
I guess this is what everybody's waiting for.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it
Drum
is.
roll.
All right, so I guess I get to announce this.
Yeah.
I think this is so. We're. I think this is important. So we're actually releasing a new beta application today, and I think it's important that we get the community involved with this as early as possible to help us with the development. And we'll be releasing the source code as soon as this announcement is over, probably within sometime today. But we're introducing what we're calling TxtZ. And so basically messaging is the future of payments is kind of like the idea behind this. If you look at China and what they're doing right now with payments, a lot of the payments people are making are with an application called WeChat. And so we're kind of taking that idea of WeChat and where they're using messaging to send people money, and we're trying to apply that to BitcoinZ. And we're not actually trying to create a new messaging app. We're trying to use existing messaging apps to, as additional ways for you to send BTC, to send and receive. So kind of what it's going to be today is it's actually works with your smartphone via SMS messages. So basically anybody can now send and receive BitcoinZ with no install. You can text it to a friend using only a phone number. There's no smartphone required for this. It's pretty easy to use, and it's usable when you can't install an app, like maybe somebody's preventing you from using it, but you can use text messages. And so, yeah. So we'll kind of show you how that works right now.
As he prepared, oh, sorry, was Risman going to say something? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to also mention that part of our principle of BitcoinZ project is mass adoption, and that's what we focus on. We focus on people adopting it so that you can use it. That's just what we feel. We want to take on the new people that are just joining that don't really know. So this is part of making it very easy to use so that we can expand our reach and our global presence. So I just wanted to add that. You can go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to save my comments to the end of it. I want everybody to see it first. It really is huge when you look at the massive swath of, I guess, inaccessibility in the world to high-speed internet, things of that nature. So this is something that's literally everybody can, from the shortest reach, as long as you have phone signal, you have access to sending money. It's amazing. But go ahead, Renews it. I don't want to break the your momentum.
Yeah. All right. So the first thing you do is you just text. We'll have like a phone number, probably different phone numbers depending on what region of the world you're in. But you can just text start to that phone number, and it gives you a list of options. So there's only like a few commands. There's like help, balance, send, receive. You can type help to kind of see all the commands in greater detail. And then we can like do bow, and we've already preloaded this. Typically you wouldn't have a balance, but for the sake of demo, we did this. So basically, you can see that like my balance is 300 BTC. I'm gonna come over here and send a transaction real quick to my address. Let's see. Oh man. Actually, if I come over here, let me redo this. Let's see. If I do receive, it'll give me the address that I can use. And I actually have it written down over here, but I forgot to pull it up. Oh, where is it? Notepad. Let's see. I can't copy and paste because of. Let's see. There we go. So I will copy this. Put it in here. And I will send myself 100 BTC. I'll send it. And then you can see it was immediately received. It was pretty fast, actually.
That was very fast.
So once you have it, it does take a few minutes to confirm, like fully confirm, and we do that just because, just to, oh man. Yeah. So the other command that's available is you can send. So in this case, I want to send, let's see, 100 to, I'm going to just copy and paste. I got an address already here. Let's see, copy. Can I copy that? In the world.
You can't copy?
Mm-mm. Oh man.
So there was a question over here. I think Rizman, you answered it about the what kind of access do you need? And what we're hearing is it's just plain SMS, so we can kind of if you have access to text messaging, that's really how it works. If it's not a smartphone requirement, so it's just regular text message. I think we knew that you're ready, right?
Yeah. And so the way it's kind of envisioned, you just do it number to number. For the sake of demo, though, we're just kind of showing that you can do it to an actual BitcoinZ address. And so, like just like that, you can send it. It says it's been sent. We go over here to the overview. You can kind of see that something is happening.
Yep.
And let's see. Yeah, there it is, right there. So at 9:14, it was sent. I don't know why my clock's a little. There it goes, right there. 9:16, it was sent.
Yep.
Yes, there you go. You can see that it kind of got there. Yeah. So let's see what else. So that's not it. So the other thing that we think is kind of very important, this can also do is is it can go and we can actually do a private address too. So in this case, yeah. So like this case, if we want to send 100, or let's see, send 100 to this private address, and this is kind of a big deal. This is as far as I know, this is the first time an iPhone has actually sent a payment to a Z address. So as we're waiting, we can actually see that we can wait for the confirmation over here to see if like when it actually comes in. But it usually takes, so Z addresses, when you're sending like a completely private, it takes some time for it to get and send. Like I think it's about 1.5 minutes before it even will show up. We've got, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. We've got the address right here. You can see the two that I've sent already. And then once the Z address will come in here, you'll see that there's no outputs. And so, and while the text messages are probably logged, I mean, I can tell you for a fact that they're logged by the provider we're using. This does allow the data to be removed from the chain. So it's not actually on the chain. It's not going to be publicly available that you made that transaction. And though it's not totally secure or totally private, I guess it's secure but not private. You know, it is a step in the right direction. And so, yeah.
Absolutely, it's a big step in the right direction. But the fact that you can do that, as people are saying in the chat, at all to begin with, it's great innovation to be able to do that, to send that, because of the resource and you know how resource intensive using Z addresses is, and I'm sure that's going to evolve into something else soon, because we have heard that they're changing the way the resources work. So, but as of now, it's as simple as using a text message.
Mm-hmm. So while we're I guess waiting on the Z address to kind of fully populate, can we take a few questions from the chat room, or?
Let me check here.
Okay, love you guys. Let's see. I got one. Whether we've tested the TPS capabilities of BTCZ, how does it compare to the likes of BTC that chokes at 10 to 20 TPS?
BTC, how does it compare to Bitcoin?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I guess technically we're 8 times faster. I think it's I think it's 8 times.
I think it's more than that.
At least 8, yeah. Because our block times are 2.5 minutes, and we also have 1 meg blocks? I think it's 1 meg blocks, or 2 megs.
We have two megs every 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, no, we're much faster than BTC. I think the 8 by 8, I think 8 times is Bitcoin Cash.
We're still 8 times faster.
Yeah.
We'll have a confirmation in 2.5 minutes usually.
We got a question. When is TxtZ going to be released? That's a good question, actually.
So we're going to release the source code today, and anybody can download it and launch their own TxtZ app service if they want. It'll probably support anything based on Zcash, actually, which is kind of interesting. Almost all coins based on Zcash will be able to use it. So the community itself, there's some things that we have to go through as far as getting this thing actually community supported and available as a service. So we're still working on those details right now. I don't really have a hard deadline on when that's going to happen. But anybody can feel free to download the code and set it up and start using it themselves or whatever if they want to take the risk.
Okay, so he got another. It looks like Mike B is peering into the future here. He's asking, can it also work on WhatsApp and Telegram?
So it's definitely something that we would like to explore. I mean, we're not going to say right now, no, it's just SMS, but definitely it's not something that we're going to discount and say, hey, we're not going to add support for this. I definitely can see a future with either one of those platforms and being able to interface in with it. Even our Discord chat, we could add support to it as well.
Okay, you got Rajnish and Manuel asked the question. Rajnish asked, will this work in every country? And Manuel's asking, how does international texting work with the app?
So more than likely we'll have to bring a number up in each area that wants to support it. It just really, I guess that'll depend on demand and how many are out there. Also, because because it is open source and we'll make the code available. Somebody could, if they want to support it, they could start a service in their country for anybody to use it. So.
Zandros is asking, does it support BTCP as well? No, not that we know about. Okay, any other questions? How about let me look over on the other end here. Okay. Looks like we're dry in the questions. So nobody else has any questions regarding?
Crypto C trade kind of work with SMS. That's I believe that's exactly what this is.
DJ's got something here. Okay, DJ, what's your question, man?
1 renews it equals 50 dev on 2019.
What can we do to help support the development of this new feature? Lambo Moon asks. Care to lean on that question?
Yeah, we'll be. So I guess all the development would be from our GitHub. It'll be, I guess, was it github.com/BitcoinZ-wallets, and feel free to come in there and start. Downloading the code, seeing how you can improve it, make it better. Also, you can find us in the developers chat room on the Discord or in Slack. We pretty much most of the developers for BitcoinZ kind of hang out in there. Still waiting on a block, I guess.
Oh, you're talking about the saying.
Yeah.
Travis was saying, are there additional fees for sending funds this way?
Additional fees for sending what?
The funds this way, like over the TxTZ.
I can see people charging money for it. There'll probably be a wallet fee. Don't know what the wallet fee will be. It is kind of costly. Text SMS is not a cheap form of communication. So I can see there being a cost to like send money, unless it was like somehow funded by the community and and made available to be there forever. So yeah.
That's a good thing you mentioned the node, those running the nodes have the potential to monetize the service, correct?
Those running so there will be a fee that you can set if you're running it so that you can charge whatever fee you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is an incentive for people to run nodes.
Yeah. Didn't get in that long. Man, these Zk transactions take forever.
The diff just like shot up probably to also 261,000 diff. So
yeah, I'd really like to see it, and it works.
I know that it works because
we did it off channel, so
yeah.
Just a matter. It took a couple minutes last time we did it anyway. So it's I think that's just the ZK snarks.
Yep.
Going through and doing what it does. So while we're waiting for that, yeah, I don't see any more questions coming in. Let's see. Let me check one more time over inside Discord and Slack. There's a smart parent internet connected. Yep. So no, nothing else. So I want to take a moment and actually, while we're waiting for that, I do want to take a moment and just kind of touch on like the things, the subtler points here, which are really impactful on this. One of our goals I've mentioned, or at least it's as one of my goals that I would like to see we make pushes into the third world country areas where access to tech and just high-speed internet is, if it is available, it's sparse, and usually most times it's very rudimentary. Off the top of my head, a lot of areas like the a lot of places like Nigeria, or other areas inside the just the I guess the whole African continent. There's a lot of areas there where people are completely reliant on cell phone usage, and in those areas, like there's a big need to be able to communicate and be able to commerce, transact commerce. This could be huge for that, considering the low entry fee to get into BitcoinZ, on top of the fact that with the TxtZ functionality, you now have an ability to use even the most rudimentary connection, which is our cell towers, to transact. It's huge. So aside of just that, here where we're at, where technology is aplenty, we have access to high-speed internet and all that. This is going to be very big for the developing countries moving forward. So,
yep, and that's what we were going to talking about globalization for this. Be able to pull it into places that their technology can still accommodate something like this.
Correct. And it's looking at things like I wonder how this would how this affects like areas like that are under political turmoil, like Venezuela, things like that. Is a real interest in what and how this could be implemented in these areas where like you're almost at the verge of monetary collapse. on the side of their fiat. This would be, I think this would be a game changer for folks to, you know, to use. It's something that the government can't shut it down shy of shutting down the cell phone network, which is, you know, it's very difficult for them to make that call even if they wanted to. So there's a lot of good this has the chance of. Looks like it finally popped, did it?
Somebody sent me something.
Okay.
I guess they're seeing if it actually worked. So I guess this is actually the community doing that. Yeah, I don't know. So apparently we must have broken something with the Z transactions, but
I think it was a spike in diff that probably did that at the right time. Globalization, I use that word in terms of reach to people all over the world, not in the sense of, you know, capitalism or any, you know, really business type. It's more about, you know, being able to reach people in the furthest corners, you know, of the planet. So
yeah, so somebody can actually see that.
oh yeah. That's right. See that's a good way to test it on live. It's not just a simulation.
It may have. I don't know. We'll give it one more block, and if it doesn't, we kind of assume that it. I don't know. We'll go back to
the fee. Was you said you had it set to no fee on this? That may be why it's taken so long.
Oh, that is true.
Balance command should show USD.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a feature that we should look into. Yeah, so now people are just sending it. That's funny. Yes, it works. This is not air.
There's real work being done here, guys. Come on now. But thanks though. That really helps. That's what community is about. We keep each other in check that way. Keep everyone honest.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Someone else.
People just sending.
Yeah, now they're just like spamming it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it doesn't. We'll see. Okay. So I think.
Go ahead.
Let's see if it shows it now. Yeah. So we went through like a couple logs. It should have sent by now. So obviously we've done some modifications since we tested it last. So we'll have to like go see what happened there.
Is there any feedback, any thoughts on this in the chat? Do we have people watching now? What do you guys think about this? Dios Tech, that's not up yet. They're asking, can you send me the link of name of that app? This was developed in-house, and it's I believe Music can speak more to that, of when you plan on getting that out there.
Yeah. So I'll probably get it live sometime tonight. We'll push it to the official wallets repo under the BitcoinZ GitHub, and then so once we have that, then it'll be good to go.
Awesome.
Sorry, I had to step away.
That's
Did it come? Yeah. Did it come through or?
Yeah, I think that we got a bug or something, so we'll have to take it back and fix that.
That's fine. Hashcode asks, who will control the coins at the wallet address given?
So actually, we should probably continue on to our special presentation. So this thing does have some down. Oh man, done. That's not what I wanted. Present. It does have a few things. So the private cert is owned by the operator, whoever's operating it. There's nothing that you can really do about that because it is sort of a centralized service. And whenever you're interfacing with centralized services such as SMS, WhatsApp, stuff like that, then you have to have a centralized app that kind of sits in the middle between it. Texting is not the most secure interface. I've heard many times that people have called Verizon and gotten numbers transferred over. So there is those kind of concerns that are around texting. Hopefully, to mitigate some of that, we're planning on introducing a PIN number that only the user would know. So even if somebody does manage to get the phone moved over to a cell phone and have that text messages coming there, then they wouldn't know the PIN, and so that would be an extra safeguard. Or even Google Authenticator. So and Google Authenticator would be that you'd actually have to have the app installed on your app in order to send money as well. Yeah, once again, assume all text messages are logged and recorded. It doesn't mean that they are. Just assume that they always will be. We're probably we probably won't like add logging to this, but just assume that somebody somewhere is recording it. I think that's it.
And those are more things that are not within our control, really, on how those things are, going through the system and whatever's required to get something like this delivered. It's just the way the system works. Anything? I think we're good. Any other questions? I don't see any questions. HashRaptor asked in Discord, can you text BTCZ to a phone number instead of a wallet address? Yes, that's going to be implemented, I believe. Is that right, Renews it?
It's already implemented, yeah.
Okay, it's already implemented.
Yeah, and they don't even have to have it they don't even have to have the terms agreed to yet to send the money. In the more live one, it'll say you've been sent money, push yes if you want to agree to our terms, and then you can get it and start playing around with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else got anything to say?
Only thing is just stay tuned. I think there's a lot of stealth projects that are going on that over the next I would say the next couple weeks to months we're going to see more progression. So expect more things like this to pop up. Keep your ear to the ground and stay tuned.
Absolutely. That's the nature of the way decentralization works. People that are kind of in the background, just they're developing, and then they just come to us and say, "Here, we have this," and that's just how it's been working, and that's just the way a community like this works. So, does anyone else have anything else? We're good. Hikes.
Yeah. Okay.
We're good. Everything good. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining, and community. Thanks for all of your great work. It's been great to see the community ramp up the way it has been. Thanks for Renews It, all the work he's done. Riz, everyone on the team, Nicholas, Rob, everyone that you see here, Kovac, thank you very much. Ninja Pickle, all our mods, all our Twitter people, Samir, followings, they're just amazing. There's just a long list of people. And I want to thank everybody. I can't stop thanking everybody. How far we've come since our launch. So let's keep it up. And hit the like button.